Right then, welcome to the podcast, episode 56, I believe. I did do an episode 56 a couple of weeks ago, but it was very meh. I swear that just blinked again. I don't know what's If this is flicking, I'm sorry. Today's a bit rushed. Anyway, point of this podcast is I've just finished my daily vlogging. I did 100 daily vlogs. I have done a 100th vlog where I kind of touched on bits. But I wanted to do a podcast version where I can go a bit more in depth. But I'm already pissed. I've got a fucking cold. My kids weren't meant to be home today. Now I've got to be somewhere in an hour. I'd originally planned to do the podcast today because it was like kids were meant to be at this like day camp thing, and there was nothing else to do today, so I could just sit here, relax, and just go through it all. If you think my vlogs and other content is like raw and real and you've never watched one of my podcasts, this is where you get 100% of fucking everything. Okay, so be aware of that. Did I say I got a cold? I might have already said that. I've got that as well, so I'm feeling very... Yes, I've done 100 daily fucking vlogs. And by the end of it, I'm glad to see the back of it, to be honest, as a whole. So... My YouTube journey, which I'll briefly sum up this because I want to focus on these 100 vlogs. I don't want to go into the whole thing. I've been fucking around on and off for like 10 years. I've had other channels. I've done like a fitness one. I've done my podcast one. And 2 years ago, I moved all my videos to here, just this one channel. So everything's just in this one place. And I thought, fuck the algorithm. I get like that occasionally. Anyway. Couple months ago, I went to see a friend, and my thing has always been struggling to find a niche. And there's a connection there, and I'll get back to in a minute. So anyway, I went to see a friend, and at the time I'd started snowboarding, so I'd vlogged that. And then the friend suggested, "Why don't you just do daily vlogs?" And I was like, oh, this so much takes the pressure off me thinking of what to video and what to not, or how to video it. Because if I just video what I do every day, then fucking sweet. And I actually started vlogging on the way back home from seeing my friend. Like, I didn't wait another day. Excuse me. Or anything like that. Literally, I started vlogging in the van on the drive back from seeing my friend who made the suggestion. I was like, there's no time like the present, no time like the now. Let's just fucking start it. So what I did was, for the first 30 days, I did it every day, non-stop. So I'd film the day, edit on the evening. Every fucking day, regardless of what happened, whatever, anything like that. So I wanted to get that muscle memory kind of built in. And, you know, within that time, if anyone's watching this because they're thinking of daily vlogging, like, it's stuff where I'd learned from doing videos previously, but because I'd been inconsistent with them, it's like anything, when you're not doing anything for a bit, because you forget, don't you? So the biggest one is, like, shooting to edit, which I'm still not that great at, but I try and bear it in mind. Of like, especially myself, because I talk quite quick, and I'll talk sporadically half the time. So I'll be talking about a point that's fucking flicking. I don't know what I could do about that. I've used this OBS for fucking ages, like years, and I've never come across that. Ugh. I'll watch this podcast back, and if it's terrible, I won't upload it. I'm going to persevere, because hopefully you'll just be listening to this, and it won't matter that the screen's flickering. So yeah, because I talk quite quick, and I'll often finish a point and then go straight into another one, it's hard to edit myself. So I try to be more a habit of talking with a purpose and stopping and then talking. So then in editing, I can pick and choose. So stuff like that. The biggest one that I found, which the friend that suggested me daily vlogging didn't seem to understand then when I met up with him after doing it for a while. Because I think he thought like I was stressing over it. I was like, no, it's just a part of the job. Where you kind of have to have, you start the day knowing what you're going to be doing for the day and then how to video it. So, you know, you'd be lying there in bed or whatever the night before or anything. And I never made notes. I never wrote anything down. I'm not that kind of guy. But we'd be like, right, I'm doing that tomorrow. So, like, I could put the camera there. I can get this angle. I can video that bit. And I'll think of what I'm going to be doing for the day. And I'll think of how best to tell the story. So it'd be like, obviously, if I filmed every fucking minute of it, every vlog would be like 10, 12 hours long. So obviously, you don't fucking do that. You don't need to see everything every shot, but you need the key bits. You know, the decisions and choices that led to then this happening, or you know, the problem that's then come along, but then how you're going to solve it with maybe a bit in the middle of you solving it, sort of thing. Like, you know, you need those pieces. 'Cause, yeah, if you just film everything you do, then yeah, the video is really long and it's really monotonous. So there might be fancier ways of wording that, but yeah, evening before or even on the morning, I'd have a rough idea in my head of what parts of my day I'm going to film and how I'm going to film them, so that that episode would feel complete. But yeah, I did the first 30 days straight, and then after 30 days, I moved to weekday uploads. So I didn't do weekends, and that gave me a bit of breathing room then, because I didn't see it as weekdays and weekends. I saw it as I had 5 days. I had 7 days to film and 5 days I needed to use them. So if I had a day where I fell behind and needed to edit, or there was something a bit too personal going on with the family, which was very rare, I'd normally include that. Not necessarily video of a situation happening, but like if there was a struggle with the kids, or most recently, me and my wife had a bit of a thing. Sorry about the cold. But just like my old podcast, I'd talk to you guys about it. So I did include that sort of stuff. But yeah, it meant 5 days out of the 7, I needed to use 5 of those days. And that's how I was stuck then through to vlog 100. And I'm happy to say, I say happy to say, see, this is what I mean, or what the main point I wanted to get on, is that I didn't miss a day. I had a handful of days where I did late upload. I used to upload at 9:45 every morning, and I had some days where I think I had as late as like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I wanted to stick to that consistency. Every day a vlog went up. But then that's the thing that I liked the least about the daily vlogging, is that for me it became more about the daily and less about the vlogging, if that makes sense. So it wasn't so much important about the quality of the vlog as important as it was that I got a vlog up that day, because I was doing daily vlogs. You following? And I didn't like that near the end, because the part of me that wanted to stick and not miss a day is also the part of me that's like likes to do things properly and is to the best of my ability. So when I felt like I started getting vlogs where I could have done it better, I uploaded them, but reluctantly. I did start catching myself. It was silly things like, yeah, because I'm a dad. I got 3 young boys. Like, my life at the minute is still in a very like financial precarious position that causes a lot of stresses and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot of fucking going on. So I had the odd evening where it would be, I didn't want to come out here and sit and edit. I wanted to just have some time with my fucking wife. And I'd do things like, instead of editing a video, and say if I had a big section of like a DIY sort of video, instead of doing it, which I did stick to near the end, of cutting it, so you know, I'll go get a piece of wood and then I'll cut it and then go use it, and like, but there'll be like quick cuts, like grab the wood, cut it, install it, like, or do it different, you know, like, show the story but not too long-winded. Obviously, if I was tired, I'll just get that chunk of footage and just fucking time lapse it. I'll just speed it up. And I didn't do it begrudgingly, and I didn't even do it knowingly. It was very subconscious. But it was after the fact, after I'd uploaded a couple, where I'd be like, I'm using too much speed up. Like, it needs to be a tool, not like a blanket thing. Especially because near the end of the vlog series, I was doing a lot of DIY videos. So yeah, so that happened, which I didn't like. And then the other thing for me, and now this is very... So again, if anyone's watching this because they've caught it because they're thinking of vlogging or anything like that, this won't pertain to you, especially if you think about starting a new channel. So after about vlog 60, I think I was on. So bear in mind, I'll be doing this for 60 days straight. Even when I said I didn't do the weekends, it didn't matter because I'd be editing and whatnot. I'd still be filming stuff, and it felt very much full-time, full-on. I'm a very patient person as long as I can see some progress. But even by then, and even by now, 12, averaging probably 15 views a vlog. And, when you're doing it every day, like I say, not expecting to go viral, but by the time I was at vlog 60, I was expecting to see a bit more improvement than that. And if you don't follow my content, I've said this loads. I use ChatGPT for fucking everything, but I really believe in how you prompt it affects how it works for you. So I've got my YouTube chats in it where I've basically kept it like a diary. So everything I've struggled with or felt or feelings of, at the start, I was even doing my vlogs and then I was going through a dictation app. I was then dictating the layout of my vlog, scene one, I'm doing this for this many minutes or seconds. I talk about this, next scene, I'm doing this. I'd go through it like that systematically and then copy and paste that transcript of me breaking it down like that into ChatGPT. So it was the best thing I could get to it watching the vlog. Get an idea of my rhythm, what I was saying, what I wasn't saying, how long scenes were taking. So I did that for probably the first 20 vlogs and then I fell off of doing that. Because I think it got my rhythm by then. And then also what I'd do is I'd go on and get videos off YouTube about doing daily vlogs and how to do YouTube and YouTube advice videos. Go and get that video, put it again through a transcriptor website to get the transcript, put that into a PDF, put the PDF link into my ChatGPT. So my ChatGPT had real-time, like daily diary kind of entries from myself about my journey. It had screenshots of analytics from my channel and everything. The transcripts of YouTube help guru kind of channels and whatnot. So I had all that information. So when I was getting impatient and whatnot, I had a good session with my chat project. And I was like, I've got this many videos and blah, blah, blah. And then what we kind of surmised was that the algorithm was struggling with me because at the time as well, I'd started a separate channel. Again, there's a game called Palworld, and I started a channel called Palworld HQ because when I first started this channel, I was very much like, fuck the algorithm, I'll just upload whatever the fuck I want. So on the channel, I've got podcasts, I've got my fitness vlogs, I've got normal vlogs, I've got snowboarding, like Pokemon videos, Warhammer videos, like fucking everything I've ever done was on here. And I'd done a tip video for that game, and it had like 8,000 views, and it was getting like between 30 and 50 views a day still. So it was the main source of traffic for my channel. But obviously you can see the confusion because anyone watching that Palworld tip video, and even if they enjoyed the video and felt it helpful, they go to my channel and be like, well, this isn't a gaming channel, what the fuck? So with that piece of information, I started my Palworld channel, which is doing okay. I put some videos on there and they've done quite well, even though I've barely touched it for like 2 months now. But naively at the time, I didn't question what it was doing to the channel it was on. I just went onto that video and changed the subscribe thing at the end, so it took you to my gaming channel. So anyway, when I was moaning about the growth of it on this channel that we're on, I was like, oh, hang on. If the algorithm's struggling to understand that I do daily vlogs, because this is the thing, I was like, I've done this many vlogs every fucking day now. I use all the hashtags for vlogs, daily vlogs, vlogger, everything. Like, you're telling me the algorithm doesn't understand that it's a fucking vlog channel and do vlogs, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that watch vlog channels, and like vlog channels are some of the biggest fucking channels on YouTube. I'm like, you're telling me it hasn't found that audience? It's not a small audience of people that like watching people vlogging. So I dug into it, and it was like, hang on, like the algorithm doesn't get what my channel is. It's struggling. So what I'd done was I went and I unlisted a lot of my old videos but kept them in playlists, so anyone that likes my videos and likes my content and enjoys my variety can still go on my channel, and my playlists are there with all those videos. They just won't show up in search for the algorithm or anything. So it's best of both worlds. I've still got my content there, I've not lost it. So I like I always like to think if my journey works in the future and people want to see where I started, okay, I haven't got exactly where I started, but some of my earliest kind of content for YouTube, it's all there. I took it from my other channels and bought it here. So it's there, but it's not fucking with the algorithm. So there was that. And then also what I was finding was my vlogs that had, when I went snowboarding, I had a day at the skate park, my Warhammer video, my Warhammer vlog where I had a friend around and we had a game of Warhammer, and I think I put in the thumbnail like My Tau Army. Those have got, I think, a couple hundred views on those ones. And then my DIY daily vlogs where I've been doing a lot of projects in the garden and in the house and whatnot, those were getting more views. Not I think there might be one or two that's into the hundreds, but you know, they'll be like 50, 60, 80, you know, into the tens. Whereas most normal vlogs, I'll be lucky if 30 was a fucking great. So I'll typically see like 15, 12, 20. So I was looking at that and going like, right, what's working, what's not working. Obviously, the algorithm has still been a bit muddy because of my other uploads. I've doing my daily vlogs, but my lifestyle ones are very lowly viewed because obviously I understand. So to sidestep slightly, with my Palworld channel, I get new subscribers on that channel every week. The couple videos I've uploaded all have a few thousand views on them. But that's because it hits search. The best and easiest way, and I understand this, is if you can hit search for YouTube, it's great because people are literally searching for that thing. How to build a farm, Palworld, how to build a farm base, sort of thing. Palworld, how to do breeding. Like, they're searching for those things in game, so it's great. I wish I had it in me to just do a channel based on that game, but I can't commit to that. If you're familiar with my content or anything, you'd know that I'm undiagnosed ADHD and all that kind of shit. I don't know if I am or whatever. I don't really like labels, which is why it took me so long to even bother trying to get diagnosed. But I like variety. I love playing Palworld, but then I feel guilt that I haven't played other games that I enjoy. I like skating, but I like BMXing. I like DIY. I like building stuff. I like painting my Warhammer. I like playing Warhammer. I like playing Pokemon cards. I like collecting stuff, as you can see all behind me. Like, I like to do a lot of different things. So to commit to just one hobby, like playing Palworld, I can't. I can do my fucking nothing. So with saying that, being aware that search video channels are a lot easier to grow, especially when they're that specific a niche. But there's that thing of you can get a quick growth, and then it's like sustainability, as I've just touched on, I'd struggle with. Which I think why often you get gaming channels where they're gaming channels, they don't really, you don't find them very often that they're just on one game, and when you do, they tend to be quite smaller channels. It's very niche, just doing a channel about a single game. So anyway, yeah, coming back to me and the vlog channel, I understand vlog content is a weird one because no one gives a fuck about you, and I can say that. What's the word? Objectively, not emotionally, because I understand. Sorry about the cold. I really am. This is the only day I'd set aside. The kids are off school, okay? They were meant to be in a day camp thing today, and they're not. So it just is what it is. If this is terrible, I'll re-record it next week when they're at school. When they got a cold. So yeah, no one gives a fuck about people vlogging. It takes a while for people to start. Most people watch videos because they want something. They want information or they want entertainment, right? So with vlog channels, it's very much about the person. So you have to kind of get people to watch you for information or entertainment, and then eventually be like, I like that guy. Like, for me, it'd be like, they'd watch my videos, they'd be like, I like Rye. I like his videos. I like his style. I like the way he talks. Like, I feel like if I met Rye, I could say hello. Like, we'd be friendly. You know what I mean? But it takes a lot of time to get that. But then once you get it, longevity is way better because then the niche is me then, and I can be me forever until I'm fucking gone. Like, I won't have a problem making, I won't be looking at it again going, there haven't been any updates lately, or what information can I do? How else can I reword where to find these on this game, blah, blah, blah. It'll just be like, hey, I'm still doing this hobby. This is my progression with it. I'm still doing new projects. This is a bigger project of mine. Like, I'm always doing stuff. I'm always doing something. So when the viewership eventually becomes just about me, it won't be a problem because I've got fucking everything to do. Anyway, taking all that into consideration, I was like, right, we'll get to vlog 100, and then I need to make a change. Again, chatting with my ChatGPT. And nicely, it was like, what's your goal? What do you picture? And I was like, to be honest, I'd rather just do, like, I don't want to do daily vlogs. That isn't my long term. I've done daily vlogs as kind of a solution at the time because I was struggling with it. But then during my 100 daily vlogs, I've had more clarity as to how I want the channel to be. So I still want to do a bit of everything, but now I'm more aware of like thumbnails and titles to try and appease the algorithm a bit more so it doesn't get too fucking confused. So I want to do my hobby videos, I want to do my project videos, but the main thing with hobby and project videos, so I didn't like in the daily vlog sense of things where I'd do a daily vlog and I'd title it on there, like working on the decking. And yeah, the majority of that video might be working on the decking, but it's a daily vlog. So people coming in for the thumbnail and title of like, oh, it's just interesting to see this guy doing this job. they'll watch that and be like, why is he on about what book he's reading? And why is he singing in the kitchen? And like, why is he doing it? Like, I only came to watch you build something, mate. You're not built. Oh, fuck it, I'm gone. You know what I mean? And I can understand that. So I'm like, I'd rather. It's annoying because actually, this is how I tried to do the channel originally. So I'd rather have my videos be, like, so for a lot of my DIY stuff, it's all in the garden. So what I'm going to be doing on my channel is I'm going to be taking down my skate ramp video because it's not really a skate ramp video. It's just another chapter in the work I'm doing in my garden since we fucking moved in. Every summer, my gardens look different. Like, so what I want to do is I'm going to get all the DIY footage for the garden that I did in my vlogs. I've got a load of other footage over the years that I've kept and not used. I'm going to start my, basically, like my garden project fucking series. I'm going to do like a story so far video to start it, which I'm going to have to do with old clips, old pictures and stuff, showing like when we first moved in and how the garden looked. And then to where I've got consistent footage and then follow it in from then. So then those videos would be like, you know, the decking frame. It'll be one whole video just doing the frame for the decking. It's like, and the problems I have doing that, how I go about doing it, how I go about thinking how to lay it out, blah, blah, blah. And it'll be like, right, okay, in the next video, I'm going to treat the frame and I'm going to get all the top on. You know what I mean? So there'll be a clear chapter progress then next video. You know what I mean? So it won't be 3 vlogs where you're getting 30% of the vlog being progress on the DIY project, but then just the rest of it's kind of lifestyle stuff. So going forward now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing between 1 and 3. I'm going to aim for at least 1 video a week where it's going to be a full-on progress video from my DIY or my hobbies or one of each. So that'll be nice because it's things like I've been painting my Warhammer lately, so it'd be nice to be like film a video where start of the week I could be like, right, I'm painting these this week, and then I can video through the week my little 1 hour sessions of painting, what I'm struggling with, what I think's going well, blah blah blah, and then at the end of the week will be like the reveal of how they've turned out. But that will all be in one video. So you see what I mean? So I can make a video just around how my painting progress is going for my Blood Angels army, right? One video, and then I can carry on with like my different Warhammer armies, blah blah blah. I could do videos around my card collections and stuff like that. But again, it'll be progress, but how I'm getting on with this hobby. How's my progress with skateboarding? Like I'm planning on, I've talked to the wife last night, ChatGPT, and planning and whatnot, because we've had the skate ramp 2 years since I built it. And it's not doing what I wanted it to do. The kids and myself are quite scared of it. It's too big. So I'm going to chop it up and change it around. I'm going to go through the details of exactly how I'm going to be changing it in that video when I get to doing it and when I start doing it. But that's going to be a thing. So yeah, it's going to be progress videos for DIY and hobbies, and then in between I'll sprinkle the odd lifestyle vlog, which will be purely a day where it will just be like, I know, a day out with the family, or I'm just chilling doing something else. But they'll be few and far between. They'll just be dotted here and there. I want to do weekly podcasts again. These are good for me. Get the shit out of my head. My wife has her own struggles and crap still going on, so I don't begrudge her that she can't handle a lot of my like whinging and stuff about YouTube things, mainly because me and my wife are in a weird thing where we both like to help each other. So we're both kind of fixers like that, where one of us will say something, and then if we can't immediately come back with, oh, we could do this and this will fix it, then it's stressful. And because it's YouTube, she doesn't watch YouTube. She's not a YouTuber. She doesn't watch YouTube. She just, which is surprising for anyone watching this, or you think for myself. But it means she can't be like, oh well, I watch videos where they do this, or well, I've seen this kind of video done. But like she's got nothing. She ain't got that resource to build on, or to, you know what I mean. So this is better for me, for one, my YouTube journey, to just come and whinge to you guys, and then also it's that thing because anyone else on the same journey doesn't see it as whinging, they see it as relatable. Be like, fuck, yeah, I get that, I feel that too. You understand me, I understand you. This is fucking great. I'm not alone. It's no, I said it when you talk because it's you get what I mean. Sorry, I'm really struggling with this fucking cold. So there's that. So I want to do a podcast, not just for YouTube, but just like life in general. When I'm struggling through hobbies or collections or anything, or when I'm struggling with like wife stuff and whatnot. And yeah, if you were following the end of the vlog series when I said about that sort of stuff happening, it was like a 3-day period. On the 3rd day, I just had a good sit down with my wife. Like, I think she was going to go do something else, and I was like, no, I think we should have a I'll make us a cup of tea. We're going to go sit in the lounge and we're going to talk for half hour. And the main premise I said with that was that I wanted us to talk with emotions, but I wanted to be able to, I wanted us to be able to talk about emotions and feelings objectively, as if a separate person walked in the room and went, "Hi, I'm your feelings and emotions," and we went, "Right, okay, look, you can sit and wait." And then once we were both like settled around, we're like, "Right, talk," and we let it talk for a little, and then we stopped, and then we kind of analysed, right, what those meant, where they were leading, and blah blah blah. And yeah, we had a good talk because I'm very good at being able to step outside myself. I can come from this perspective or that perspective. I can come from the perspective of my emotions, but I can talk about them in a way of like, well, this is how I'm feeling. This is how my body's telling me I'm feeling, but I'm not reacting or taking that on board. But it's just saying these feelings right now. Whereas my wife's more like, this is how I am. And it's like, no, that's just how you're feeling. And it's just circumstantial. And it's a lot of other shit, blah, blah, blah. So we got into the subject of compartmentalization. And because I'm very good with imagery, imagination, which helps me dealing with the shit in my head, because I'm very good at picturing different ways of. I ended up talking to her about boxes, and I said about colours of boxes because I says to her, I was like, "You've just got a fucking cauldron," because she gets very overwhelmed. I was like, "Because you're panicking about this, and you're worried about this, and you're thinking about that in the past, and this in the future, and this in the present, and everything else." And it said it's all just this big witch's cauldron. I said, "Witch's cauldron? We call it a witch's cauldron." I said because it doesn't look good. It's green and black, dark and bubbling, and it's fucking horrible, and it makes your nose all pointy and spotty and fucking. It's not a good thing. I was like, you need to fuck that off because outside of the cauldron, it's these boxes, and we've got fucking Kallaxes from IKEA. I think fucking everyone has, hasn't they? And at the bottom we've got black ones, and then we've got like red and some other colours. So it's like at the bottom of your rack is like you got these boxes, and then they're black. You got black boxes, and in those black boxes, the fucking horrible, traumatic shit that you've been through, that you hate, that you've struggled to deal with, that just instantly, as soon as you think about those things, you're like, you don't know what the fuck to do. Like those are in black boxes. Like we don't open them very often. We can leave them there. The other boxes are shit like day to day, like this needs doing, that needs doing, that needs to be prioritised, that's important. This like task kind of boxes, whatnot, things that need to be done, past, present, and future sort of thing. They're there. And then the top layer of boxes has got like each of the kids' faces on, and then me at the top with a big like me husband top, big fucking heart box and whatnot. And I was like, and the one rule is we do not open all these boxes at the same time. I was like, you never open. If you open them all at the same time, it becomes a witch's cauldron, which we don't fucking like. So I went through it like that. I love that this is a 100 vlogs podcast, but it's turned into me talking about mental health demons. It's just, this is how I am. Fuck it. Like, this is my channel. This is who I am. Right. So yeah, I says to her, like, we need to have regularly sit like this, and we'll pick a box to open and we'll talk through it. Whether it's, just the emotional stuff of like, just appreciation. The top boxes, me and the kids, and like the house and the things we already have. Like they're the white, nice boxes. They're the boxes we need to open occasionally, just to remind ourselves, like our kids are happy and healthy. We have got a strong relationship. We've been together 12 years. Got a home that we can appreciate. Blah blah blah. Or if it's boxes middle, where it's like, well, we need to go through some of the tasks that you're worrying about, but not bearing in mind the love of the children, all that sort of stuff, or the horrible black boxes underneath, you know what I mean? So it's like, what does need do, what doesn't need do? Let's prioritise the most important ones and just make a couple lists and what we can do now, what is the most important, what we need to take physical action with, or ones that we can take physical action with that make a difference to the thing here and now in the present. What ones are, it's a wait and see. Like, there's fuck all you can do about it. So there's that. And then, yeah, when there's time and space, then we can have other days where, right, we're going to peek open a black box. So at the time, when I was talking to her, I literally opened one of the black boxes we had, and I took, like, the odd couple times, like, we'll take a couple bits out of the black box and see if we can start emptying it slowly and pick away at it. That was a bit of comedic confusion within the conversation because my wife's very tidy and very neat, so I knew taking those things out of the box and putting them on the floor would trigger that part of it. It's like, can you put them back in the box though? So that would have pulled her out of for a moment the emotions that she was feeling. So I did that purposefully, and even when she says, can you put them back in the box please, I smiled at her and I said, I knew you were going to say that, and that's half the reason I did it like this. So anyway, yeah, after that day we've been a lot better. Like we've just gone back to normal, if not better, me and the wife. But the main thing I've not done the naive thing of being, oh yeah, it's all fixed now, sweet, because then all that does is leave it till a later date when she boils over again. At the minute the kids are off school, but I've said, like, once the kids are back to school, I think once or twice a week after school run, we should just sit down for half hour and just start picking through some of your boxes. Doing all that. So So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, going forward, after everything I've told you, yes, my channel now. I want no. I don't want the pressure. So one video at least a week, and because the kids are off school, this is this week's video. I'm doing a podcast. The channel will get a video. I can't do a lot while the kids are off. Otherwise, it'll just be all lifestyle vlogs all this week, which I've already touched on. Nobody fucking watches. I am filming, like I've done some DIY stuff, so I've filmed it. But again, now, because it doesn't have to be in the daily vlog, that could just go in the DIY projects folder for one of the future episodes of me doing my DIY projects in the garden. So that's fucking sweet. So yeah, 1 to 3. Ideally, I'd like to do a podcast, a DIY project video, and a hobby video. I'd like to be those 3, be the staple of the channel weekly, and anything bonus after that. Because then the other, what this does is then, my wife even said the other day, like with the daily vlogs, editing every night, that's our time, man. And I think that's half of what led to this discomfort a week ago, me and the wife, because we're being parents all day and busy and shit. And then when it's our time of the evening, I was in here, and this room's in my garage, like very secluded, separate from my home, from the house. Like you have to go out into the garden, through a couple of doors. So you can get here, but like when my wife's sat in the lounge on her own while I'm in here editing, she feels alone. I'm not there. So that's the other thing. Doing it this way, I can have a day a week where I just edit. I can have a day for editing. If I want to on an evening, that's another thing. I want to stream once a week. I know I'm adding a lot to my list. But yeah, I'd like to stream once a week, just doing some casual gaming, because one, I'll be able to play the other games that I enjoy playing in a casual sense. And I'll have a day a week working on my gaming channel. So yeah, so there's a lot there still for me to do, but that's why I've said a minimum of 1 video a week. And I could choose between the hobby, the projects, or the podcasts. But either way, 1 a week. Again, I want 1 a week on my gaming channel. But then I've found my vlog style content, even on the gaming channel, works, which I was scared to do. I did a video on there where I, like in this style, but with the game footage there, and I dismantled one of my bases, and I rebuilt like a new base, and did all that. But I've done it in a very kind of vloggy way with this OBS layout. And I put it up and I thought no one's going to fucking watch that. But even that's managed to get a couple thousand views. And I've had like lovely comments on it. And like people asked, like, it's really nice. And it didn't take too long to do because I was just playing the game and just filming it as I do it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get too much into the gaming channel, but yeah, I've been neglecting doing things on that channel where it's like really information based, like top 10 locations for this, because that takes revision, you know what I mean, to sit and actually find the locations of these places to get whatever resource and then mark down the location of it. I don't know, either way, now I'm going to have time to work on both channels in a manageable way, better for my family, better for my own mental health, because I'm not going to do it every fucking day and be really fucking struggling not to get upset with the little growth that it's had. Like this way, I'll be like, I'll get the growth from my Pal World channel, because that's good. And this year, with that, it's been version 1 of the game is going to be coming out, so that's going to be big. So that's going to be a big one. So that's going to be good for that channel. Here, I expect it to be better once I get into the routine, because I feel like people will watch the project videos and feel more, what's the word? Like I touched on already, if I put up a daily vlog one about that, from my own views, trying to be a viewer, I could think of watching that based on the thumbnail title, just being like, oh, I only wanted to see the progress of the project. I'm not too bothered about you yet, buddy. Sorry, like, but I don't really give a fuck about you that much. I just want to see the progress of the project. So people will get that. They'll still be me. I'll still be vlogging it, but I'll be vlogging doing the project, not just vlogging my whole day. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I've really struggled through this with, yeah, there. But I think I've covered the main things I wanted to about why I'm changing my direction with daily vlogs, struggle I had with it, why I'm changing it, what I'm going to be doing instead, and then also, yeah, drifted off into some husband, wife, mental talk and about my other channel. So, yeah, there is that, I guess. I hope you're all having a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I shall see you in the next video, which might be another podcast, but I'm going to try and get the first DIY project video up, being the story so far. Well, I'm going to run through what my garden looked like when we moved in and everything I'd done up to the point of actually videoing. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next video.